This an all-out blitz. Real hard hits, them other podcast trash, we gon' make them all quit. We cover all the topics with intelligence and logic. I know you wanna score, but ID gon' stop it. We from Texas, so that mean that we Texans. Breaking down the X's and O's, our profession. No complaining, just training, you see the progression. They had a Pro Bowl for talk shows, we get selected. We gon' celebrate every win like a birthday. Ray J with the news, first with all the updates. Spin move on the competition, yeah, we juking them. You not really in touch if you not tuning in. This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they bout to stampede.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm one of your hosts today, Matthew Briggs, and as always, I got my amazing trio with me. I'll start off with a space legend himself, Mr. BT. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
And I got with me my A1 since day one, eating the spicy Cheetos over there. I got Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up, man.
What do you do?
What did it do, guys? How's it all week? How was your New Year's starting off for us?
I mean, it was good because my New Year's always coming off my birthday, so I always have a good birthday weekend coming into the new year. So I'll be turning up and shit.
Yeah. BT?
Yeah, my New Year's was good. I hung out at a place that's literally 5 minutes away from my house, so it was great. Walked back home when I was good and drunk.
Yeah, I actually got drunk the first time in like years, so it was a good time.
Now I have seen VT drunk too. he's a different person when he's drunk. I'm like, so yeah,
we're gonna have to come up with a name for his drunk alter ego. You know?
V Diddy.
I already got comments coming in. What's up, fellas? How you doing? Thanks for coming on, watching us. Well, guys, let's kick it off. Let's start off with some NFL news. Obviously, the biggest news has been everywhere. Monday night, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. A big game to kind of decide the outlay of the playoffs was stopped because of safety. DeMar Hamilton getting hit. Well, making a tackle, getting up and falling down, and went into cardiac arrest. AED was involved, and I believe they did a CPR twice on him for at least 9 minutes. He is in critical condition. They said that his breathing is getting better, but still can't breathe on his own. Crenshaw, man, I'll kick off to you. What's your thoughts, man?
I was watching the game, and like a routine tackle, dude fell out. I'm like, damn, what's going on here? And then, it's big pause. I mean, everybody was like dumbfounded. I mean, the commentators, nobody knew what was going on. The information wasn't coming out fast enough. And then when they said 9 minutes, to CPR, my wife, she's a doctor. So I had to ask my wife, like, is that normal? And she was like, nah, that's not normal and everything. But it's very scary. I mean, it's very scary, but it's just the dumb shit that was really pissing me off was people saying because he took the vaccine, that's the vaccine fucking with his heart. And I hate those dumb fuckers that say that shit, including the ones that's in the chat that I'm in. Yeah, you a dumb fucker too. Like, it's stupid shit. I hate those conspiracy theories of the vaccine. It just makes no sense, man. It's other players, I know it's before their time, that has died on the field. Was it the vaccine for those guys too? So shit just happens, but people got to make it a conspiracy theory every time. And then when the Jaguars guy just passed, they say, oh shit, they got the vaccine again. So they took a tragic moment and turned into a woke moment because of what happened. So that's the part that really pissed me off. But I hope the guy recovers. I love how everybody's donating money, to the toy drive. I mean, 2,500 adds up to like almost $6 million. So that's good. Everybody coming together. A lot of people really know.
When it happened, we were recording the AFC South, of course.
Yeah.
And like I said on there, it's a good thing that's happening. That his foundation is growing. It's just
Yeah,
it sucks that it took a tragedy
damn near
like this.
damn near
Right,
dead, damn
right,
near dead for the shit to
right,
happen. Yeah.
right.
So like I say, I hope he get to come home to his family. I don't know if he might play football again. I kind of doubt it because that's scary. Almost like a Chris Bosh situation with his heart. That's basketball talk or whatever. But other than that, man, hey, kick it off to you, VT. What you got, baby?
I I was watching this live, and the sad thing is, this obviously other people have had people that died young, heart attacks and stuff, and I immediately got texted by a good friend of mine. Her husband died. My best friend actually died of a heart attack, and immediately texted me. He's like, "Do you see what's going on right now?" I'm like, "Yup." So it also brings back stuff with people having issues of seeing this happen in their own family and friends and stuff like that. So it just goes to show you again, if it should remind you how short life is. So everyone should go and try to enjoy every single day that they got. I will say that obviously we're all really hoping and praying for him to recover. I don't know whether he'll play football again, but I don't really think that's obviously really what him or he can't think right now, unfortunately, but his family or everyone else is thinking of. All that really hope is that he pulls out of it. Brian, who's actually been watching the show and he comments here a lot, he's actually a nurse. So I've actually asked him about some of the stuff. And, my concern is right now he's in stable condition, but anything could change at any given moment. He's intubated. They did clarify and say that they only revived him once. During the live broadcast, they said that they revived him twice. They corrected that and said that, nope, he only was revived once. The latest update was that he was doing better. His oxygen levels were better. So all in all, things are looking better than they were a day ago. And just for everyone else, except people like Skip Bayless and other people that are like,
What a tool!
what am I gonna do with my fantasy football team and shit like this? Like,
He needs to
bro,
be canceled. Like,
listen.
cancel culture needs to happen, and it needs to capture that guy. Like, I'm done with the idiot. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Life is more important than football, and life is certainly more important than your damn fantasy football team. Just gotta, come on.
Yeah. It's sad. People like Skip Bayless who say that stupid stuff, and then people are like, come on, so much is riding on this for the playoffs. They're going to get taken care of. You gotta give it time. When something like this, the player's mindset's not in it. It's a sad event. I could be wrong, but the reports I saw that he was dead for 8 seconds, and they revived him back to life. Is that correct, B?
I don't know how long, but he was dead. I don't know exactly how long, but yeah, he literally.
Yeah.
Was
So him being, I don't see him coming back to. We gotta see what he wakes up to. I mean, if he has any movement, is he brain dead? Stuff like that. But my thing is, so what's he gonna do now? I think the NFL should play something for something like this, like for help take care of his medical bills, help support. Because it's not like he did it on purpose. It was a freak accident.
Yeah.
So I think the NFL should, like I said before, and Crystal said, I'm glad all these things are happening in his name, the toy drive, the daycare. But maybe we need to start putting something for him, not just for his name. Because who knows if he's going to be able to support himself, especially in a football career.
I saw, and I wish I remember the guy's name because I just saw it on Twitter a couple hours ago. But what the guy was saying was, everyone is giving thoughts and prayers, but no one's actually really doing anything. And the thing that he was talking about was that he's not vested, right? So you need about 4 years before you get a pension, before you get medical care. Otherwise you get nothing from the NFL. And he has this problem because He's only played for 2 years, I believe, right? So he's not vested at all. And you have any of these rookies that could potentially have a career-ending injury, they don't get a pension. They don't get that medical care. And one of the things that he mentioned was that the NFL actually has a lower rate than the Social Security system. So the Social Security system only allows 15% of applicants, they approve them for disability. The NFL approves less than that. So the NFL does not give these individuals that have these medical problems any sort of help at all if they're not vested. And that can happen when you're under a rookie contract. So it was a good point, and I think that is something that the NFLPA should take up. Perhaps this maybe wake up a little bit about the fan base may put enough pressure. The NFLPA may be able to put that pressure on the NFL to actually help that out.
Yeah, I mean, something has to. It's sad. But before we move on, players were told to start warming up, and the coaches and some of the players told them, no, we're not doing that. Let me get y'all's take. What do you think the NFL was wrong for trying to get these guys to warm up, or just business? Chris, I'll kick it off with you. What's your thoughts?
Maybe they didn't really know the severity of the accident, and maybe that's the reason why they told them to warm up. Maybe if they knew right away, in New York, they knew right away, they would have just said, hey, I'm going to call the game. So I'm going to say it's just the information wasn't out fast enough for them. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on that right there.
BT?
Yeah, I don't necessarily mind the first initial request to say, all right, guys, warm up. We'll give you some time. What I don't understand is why it took them close to 45 minutes when everyone knew, the public knew. We knew at that point that his heart did stop, that he did die, that he was revived. Once you know that, I don't know why it took them 45 minutes to decide to cancel the game. The initial thing to say you guys are still going to play, that kind of makes sense because we play. I mean, I say we, but the players actually play when you know that someone could have a career-ending injury. They play when someone potentially has a life a paralyzation, right? I remember Palmer, he looked like he was paralyzed, and they still went back out and played, that Chargers game last year when Joe Buck was actually saying, I don't know if it's a concussion or maybe he's just cold. So we do as I'm saying, the NFL community does allow these guys to play. But the problem is, in this case, as soon as I saw Josh Allen's face, I knew it wasn't just a concussion or something simple as that. When you saw tears coming down of Stephon Diggs, you realize this was no joke. Yeah. And the NFL obviously has more information than we had at that time. And for them not to take that action right away, like at least within the next 15 minutes, I'm not saying the first 5, but 15 minutes or so, right. That is annoying. And I think that Roger Goodell eventually will make a statement apologizing for that eventually.
I mean, is it too long? Yes. But I can kind of understand why, because there's not a handbook of this is what happens when somebody, because I mean, this is kind of the first time somebody almost dies on the field of a heart attack or cardiac arrest. So there's not just a handbook saying, all right, on page 57, we got to do this, we got to do that. We get, and plus, I know people's going to hate hearing this. I say NFL is a $1 billion industry. They got to check in with contracts. They got to check in with sponsors. NFLPA, they got to check with them. They got to cross their T's and dot their I's with them, because if they don't, that's going to be a big problem with them. So there's a lot of moving pieces we don't see behind the scene. But I do agree with you. It was a little long to wait for the decision, but I mean, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Now, if they got on and started trying to play the game, then yeah, that was a little too much. But all right, well, guys, moving on. Before we move on, we just want to say our thoughts and prayers are with Damar Hamlin. We hope you get better, man. It's never a good thing to see somebody like this. Did anybody see Chris Jericho's donation by any chance?
Wasn't it
y'all
like
know who
10,000
No,
or
Chris?
something?
you talking about Jericho the wrestler, right?
Yeah.
He did
No,
it twice.
I
2,000. He did 5,000 twice, right? If I believe correctly.
Yeah, because the first time he spelled his name
Of
wrong.
his name wrong, right?
So good sport, guy. Good sport. Well, guys, before we jump into why we're here to our good and bad predictions of 2022, let's kick off with the game real quick. Texans at Jaguars. I took a wonderful nap right at the second quarter because it was awful. But Crenshaw, I'll kick it off with you, man. Yeah, I know you weren't there this time. You gave your tickets away to our lovely winner. So, what was your thought about it?
Well, I'm glad you kick it off with me first because I'm gonna be short and sweet. Keep it a buck with you. I watched maybe a little bit of the game because I was doing some stuff. When the game was over and I read through the tea leaves and everything, I was like, this game night was worth me to watch the all 22 on. So I don't know what happened, but I could just tell that they dialed it in. I don't know if Nick told them, hey, y'all seen what happened at those football games with Bryce Young and CJ? Y'all better dial it back. So I don't know if he made the call or not. I don't know what happened. But, I mean, because Trevor didn't have a good game himself. I mean, did he throw a touchdown, VT?
Nope.
So I'm like, so what? So like, what went wrong? I'm like, what happened in the game? So this, I know it wasn't the same team we seen the last month, playing the other squads, but like I say, I can't really give you a good take on it because I didn't watch none of. I saw maybe 3 highlights. I saw Mills got hit on the sideline. Was that a late hit? I saw it like I was
It wasn't
watching.
a late hit. No, it wasn't.
When a late hit, man, he got
No.
drilled on the sideline. I was like, damn, like what happened? But other than that, man, I can't really give you my honest take on it because, like I said, I wasn't watching it and I didn't think I needed to watch it because 31-3, that's horrible. So I'm kicking off to you, BT. What you got, man?
So I'll just speak about that late hit, or it wasn't a late hit. So, but it was a weird thing. Davis Mills, instead of just running out of bounds, he stayed in bounds, and I didn't understand why. Like he could have just went out of bounds, not get hit. He chose to stay in bounds and get hit. I don't get it. I don't know why that happened. I will say that obviously we saw more issues with our run defense. ETN just ran all over us. Trevor Lawrence did not have a good game. He had about 150 yards. He basically did not play the way that I thought he was going to play. I did predict us to lose this game, but I did not predict us.
Hold on. Let me cut in, VT. Did ETN run over us or he just had one big run?
No, he had plenty of runs. He didn't just have one run. He
Because
ran over us.
I did see, when they showed the highlights on the news, I seen Petrie miss a tackle and this guy took off. So how long was that touchdown?
62 yards.
I was about to say it was wrong.
Okay, so how many total yards did he have?
108.
Yeah.
With
Then he
a
didn't
12,
run over us then.
12 nine carries, 108 yards with 12 yards to carry.
So he just had we had one big run, then they contained him, kind of like what they did with Derrick Henry, right?
Well, not necessarily because they didn't play him. They basically started taking starters out in the third quarter.
Okay.
So you really only had him for about 2.5 quarters, honestly, and he put up 100+ yards in 2.5 quarters. Yeah, as I say, 108 yards in 2.5 quarters. They didn't have to run him much after that. I will say the offense looked disgusting. We saw more of the nonsense that Pep Hamilton does with this 2-quarterback XFL style shit. I am so pissed off at this. I mean, we all talk about whether we need new head coaching, and obviously I want Lovey and Pep to both get fired. But if Pep isn't fired, then this organization really is more dysfunctional than I ever believed. He cannot remain in Houston. Kick him out. Like, get rid of him now. It was embarrassing to watch that. First of all, we have not won a home game all season, and then our only chance to actually win a home game, we lose it to the Jags, who we always sweep. I mean, it was embarrassing to watch as a Texans fan. It was sad to watch, and I don't care if you say, "Oh, they were tanking." No, they weren't. They were trying. We won the Tennessee game. If you're telling me that this organization is actively trying to tank, I don't know what to tell you when we didn't have to win that Tennessee game. No, we just sucked that bad. And a lot of it was the roster. Davis Mills had a horrible game. He overthrew everything and his mother. I mean, like at that point, I mean, he was throwing dudes. If they're 10 feet tall, they wouldn't have caught it. He had a really bad game. But the play calling was shit yet again. The offense was bad yet again. We couldn't tackle yet again. Just overall, a poor performance by the Houston Texans.
Yeah, look, if you call in Jeff Driscoll to hand the ball off the middle on 3rd and 1, like, what are you doing? Like, why? If you're going to hand off the middle, which we all know you're going to do, leave in Davis Mills and let him do it. Like, I'm with you. Driscoll threw one pass, and it was Dorsett dropped it. So I mean, it was a good throw, but he dropped it. Like, come on, man! Everybody knows what you're doing here. Knock it off. Do something new. I know you can't do nothing new because your brain is not capable of doing something new, but try something. But the defense, it looked good and looked bad. Like, I agree with you, V. The poor tackling, but you gotta give it to Petrie. He did come up with another interception, but after that big whiff, he didn't miss another tackle.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta give that to him. I mean, the guy is the first rookie to have 125 plus tackles and 5 interceptions. First rookie safety ever to do that. So, you know, you gotta give him that. But yeah, I think we were tanking. I mean, I know you don't think we were, B. I think we were. There was no way Chicago was going to win that game. No way Indianapolis was going to win that game. So they needed to protect their assets, and that's that number 1 draft pick. So I think we were taking. And plus, when Davis Mills is your leading rusher, you deserve to lose. Like, straight up deserve to lose. Like, there's no reason for that. I know all he has to do is lean his neck up and get 10 yards, but there's no reason why that man should be your leading rusher. So, yeah, it was a sad game. And speaking of a sad game, we got a comment from our AFC South host. You know, unbiased host, but she's biased with the Jaguars. Losers and Duval. More like Pooval. But, yeah, so, well, guys, real quick, we play Indianapolis, pretty much solidifies the number 1 pick. BT, real quick, what do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be one dumpster fire going against another dumpster fire. The only difference here is that even though we're a dumpster fire, Colts are the used diapers in that dumpster fire. They're worse than us. So we could actually come out of here with a win simply because the Colts just suck worse. You know, they'll have JT, who is not necessarily incredibly healthy because he hasn't been, you know, this season. So, you know, they'll get some yards on us. But I will say this, Davis Mills probably will not be as bad as he was at the Jags game. For whatever reason this year, he was shit at home games and better at away games.
That's been his whole career, bro.
I don't
Crensaw's been saying that from day one. I don't get it either.
I don't get it, but I do think that we'll actually pull out a win. I think we'll win and we'll get the second pick overall because we're going to win this game.
Ooh, Crenshaw, what you got, brother?
We better not win this game. I need that first pick, man. I need to control my own destiny. I need to, you know, just by having that pick, you could listen to offers. I don't mean you got to take them, but you could listen to them. Somebody might wow you. Well, you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I will trade down because this is too good to be true right here. If we got that second pick, I mean, guys is going to jump us and, you know, get the guy they want, you know. I still say we're going to lose because we always historically play bad in Indy. So I know they're a dumpster fire, but I just feel like they still have more talent overall than us. Who's starting Sunday? Sam?
Yep.
I mean, I don't think Sam. I think Sam and Davis Mills is the same to me. I know you might say Davis Mills is better. I think they're the same guy to me. So
they're a serviceable backup quarterback. I agree with you.
Yeah. So I still think they're going to beat us. I think their defense is going to show up. They got to get a couple of turnovers, and they're going to win the game. If we win the game, like I say, it makes zero sense. I understand you want your team to win and everything, and it's a loser mentality to say lose and everything. But hell, we've been losing all year, so what's not losing one more game, you know? But no, this was a very frustrating year. You know, the first time in history you didn't win a damn home game, and you had so many games you could have won. The crowd was very bad. I mean, I've never seen that many empty seats. I've been going to the games for like 12 years, man. 12 years I've been going to the games, and the last couple of years it's been very bad. I know people say, you know, don't worry about what the fans think and everything, but you do need the fan support for the team to be good, because how can the players say we feed off you guys' energy if no one's at the fucking game?
Right.
So I can't look to my left, look to my right, and this other team's fans there. I need to see my fans there. We score a touchdown. Okay, I high five my wife, but okay, who else I'm gonna high five? Nobody else around me because there's the other opposite fucking team. And I'm
Right.
sick of that shit. It's been like that the last 2 years. It's been like that. You know, the year before there was a COVID year. They had all of us spread it out, so I couldn't high five nobody. But the last 2 years, it's been like that. So that's got to change. And this offseason, Nick Casario, you got to do something to bring excitement to the squad, man. Yes, we're rebuilding, but still, we can rebuild with a plan. We can rebuild with a vision. Let me know, okay, this is my quarterback. I'm getting these weapons. This is what we're going to do. Don't go in there half-assing it like, okay, well, we're going to put, we're going to put a Band-Aid on it and wait one more year. You guys stick with us. That's not going to cut it, man. Or you need to bring my prices down on my tickets or something, because, you can't be charging me premium prices and give me bullshit on the field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, so go back to what I was originally saying. We need to lose, first pick, control your own destiny, and that just bring excitement to Houston football again, because I miss those days when we was excited. Like after Sundays, no more Texans. I miss us losing in the first round. You know what I'm saying? We had one more week for the wild card round. They gave us the first game because we always get the first game. I missed that right there. You know what I'm saying? So bring that shit back, man. Bring it back, man, because the city is better. Our chats are better when we're doing good. When we're doing bad, it's all fist fight, fist fight, fist fight, fist fight.
See what my boy Brian said right there?
What did Brian say? What did Brian say?
Texans shouldn't take Young as their first. Trade that pick for more. Yep. 100%.
Also, talking about trading first-round picks, it doesn't matter if the Colts lose or win this game. The Colts will trade their first-round pick for Derek Carr. It's the Ballard way. I mean,
they've been doing that for a long time.
For a long time. And she has something to say for you, Sam. Crenshaw, welcome to being a Jags fan. Except I have no one to high five. Now imagine this for years being a Jags fan. Well,
it's crazy.
I think we're gonna lose because we suck. No Damian Pierce. So I say we lose and get the number one pick. And yes, Brian, yes, BT, we're taking Bryce Young, number one. Calling it now. It's
Bryce is right. Bryce is right.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, let's kick it off. Our 2022 predictions, worst and best. Well, let's start off with the bad news. Let's start off with the worst predictions. BT, I kick it off to you. What was your worst prediction this year?
So I predicted that Davis Mills would have 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Now, and I also predicted that we would have 6 wins on the season. We ended up, Davis Mills had 28 yards, 14 TDs, 13 interceptions, and 2 wins on the season. So I was dead wrong about Mills and dead wrong about how many wins we were going to have this year. Pathetically wrong. I don't think anyone really imagined us being that bad. I think you did have a lot of people that were questioning Mills and saying that I was pretty crazy for saying that he'll throw for 3,500 yards, but damn, did I not think that would be this bad? Like, really did not.
Crenshaw, what was your worst prediction of the year?
My worst prediction of the year, I thought I was going to go 7-10, and not because of Davis Mills. I feel like that the division is trash, which it is, and I feel like that we was going to, win those games. We was in a lot of games. I know it's NFL, all the games are close, but we was in a lot of damn games, man. We lost maybe 5 or 6 one-score games that we should have won. So my prediction really wasn't that far off if we would have, closed those games out. But I'm gonna say that was my worst prediction. Think it was gonna go 7-10, and it would have went 7-10. Damn, Davis Mills still be my quarterback next year. So I'm glad we didn't go 7-10. I'm glad we only got 2 wins.
Yeah, go ahead, B.
I was just gonna read what you just put on the screen from
Right.
Brian. Brian said, "I had the Texans beating the Colts and the Titans once, and the Jags twice. Then picking up 2, maybe 3 outside their division."
Same. That was my prediction as well. I thought so too. And we almost had it, but we got massacred yesterday. So, we also got a comment. So nobody predicted Burkhead was going to have 700 rushing yards. Oh, terrible. Well, my worst prediction was I thought we were going to have 3 Pro Bowlers. I mean, we got 1, and that's better than last year. But only if Pierce stayed healthy, maybe we've been 2. But that was probably my worst prediction, thinking that we actually had the talent to have 3 Pro Bowlers. So it's terrible. We suck. Man, this is B. Why do you want us to do this? This is so depressing, bro. Like, man.
Well, you can just do it stuff other.
Suck.
All right. So besides the Texans, though, there are some bad predictions I made. That outside the Texans, so you don't have to get all depressed, right? So this is these are some other bad predictions that I had. My prediction was that outside of even our division, the Lions would make the playoffs.
They still can.
They actually might. My other prediction was that Miami would go further in the playoffs than Green Bay. Now, right now, they're both 8-8. We don't know what's going to happen, but before Tua start getting concussed every other week, they were on a hot streak, and all of a sudden they just lost. They've been on a losing streak. I don't know what happens now. Obviously, Tua is out. They now just brought in someone else from the practice squad too. I forgot who. So what's going to happen with Miami is anyone's guess because their quarterback situation is kind of messed up. And Tua may not play again for the rest of the season because he's now had 3 concussions. And who knows, if what just happened on Monday influences that decision. But let's put that aside for a moment. Miami still has a shot of getting in there. And if they get in there, they have enough weapons. Tyreek Hill, anyone? They have enough weapons where even if the quarterback is shit, they should still be decent because of how many weapons they actually have. So I'm actually curious what you guys think about Miami.
Injuries killed them. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Injuries did kill them because, like I said, they was 8-3, and they're 8-8 now.
They're both 8-8. Green Bay
They done lost 5 in a row. Now I did see. I don't know if you guys seen it there. They said if they don't make the playoffs, they're gonna fire the coach. Did you see that?
Which I think is kind of ridiculous because of what happened to Tua.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, y'all trying to fire Mike after 1 year? And all I thought about was, can we bring Mike back home to Houston? Because, he started here. Can we bring him back, So go ahead and make that decision, Miami. We can use him back here, But I still think it's ridiculous to fire him after 1 season. I mean, you guys are doing good. But Tua, I mean, the way Tua set up, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how long he's going to last. I mean, he's been injury prone since college, so maybe a year or 2. Plus, this Tua, I want to invest in Tua. His rookie contract, that'd be it for me. I want to invest in him.
Well, like B said, you have to replace at least 4 or 5 years before you get vested. So he's trying his damnedest to get on the field so that way he gets some health insurance or something.
Right.
So All right, guys. Well, fuck it. Let's kick it off with some good predictions. BT, I'll start with you, man. What was your best prediction?
So my best prediction was that the Browns were going to suck. And guess what? They suck. They're the last place of their division. Deshaun Watson had essentially one good game all season. But even when he does, he's thrown to his fucking right tackle. Like what is going on with him? Continue sucking, Deshaun. Continue sucking into next year so we can get another high draft pick. Because if we do better, we hope the Browns don't. Stay last in the division. Thank you very much.
Before I move on, you, Crenshaw, this is to both of you guys. Does the head coach of the Cleveland Browns get fired? Yes or no?
Yes, he's gonna get fired. And he's gonna get fired because Deshaun's gonna want him gone. He's gonna want his guy in there. That's exactly what's gonna happen. That probably was in the contract already, because he want to control the entire narrative. So I see him gone.
BT, you see him gone?
I don't see the head coach gone. I could see them getting rid of the OC. I think that could definitely be an issue. The issue is it's not even an OC issue, right? What the issue is that obviously Deshaun wasn't there, so you had to roll with Brissett, and Deshaun came back and he forgot how to play ball. So you really can't blame anyone else but Deshaun. But if anyone's head's going to roll because of it, it's going to be the LC.
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of on the head coach. I mean, your backup was playing better than Deshaun, and you bitched him for Deshaun. If you're a smart guy, I don't care how much you make, but you have a chance of actually winning some games. You keep Brissett in there, and it's say, hey, Watson, you're gonna get the rust knocked off of you, and then we'll start you. That's to me what a good head coach would do. And obviously, I mean, maybe the powers be, the owner or the GM said otherwise, but I don't know. I think he gets fired. Bill Bryan incoming. Cleveland Browns. Watch it. It'll be funny. All right, Crenshaw. Best prediction. What was it of 2022?
I mean, it's basically kind of what VT said, because I just knew just by looking at the Browns' schedule they weren't going to win that many games, and I knew Deshaun was going to be rusty because like what's your boy name, Andrew Luck, when he came back from his injury, it took him 5-6 weeks to become Andrew Luck again, and
Peyton Manning.
next year, and then he ended up coming back. They didn't win the division, but they played us in the playoffs, and then they whooped our ass in the playoffs. I think next year he will be better. I don't want him to be really good, just be okay and still miss the playoffs again. So since VT said that, I guess I can say my best prediction is I said we was going to draft Michi, and we drafted Michi. So I say that's my best prediction right there, because I was talking about Michi the whole time. Remember that, Matt? The whole time I said you got to get that guy right.
As you drafted him, I texted you. I said we got your boy.
We drafted Michi. I said, yes, that's the guy. Next year, Texans fans really going to see how good that guy is, man.
And then also, and then it'd be great is us three sitting up here in Kansas City around all these fucking suck ass Kansas City Chiefs fans, and we get to enjoy the draft because our team's gonna kick the draft's ass. So
and we don't have to wait a long time because we will be on the clock right away. Matter of fact, we on the clock right after Sunday. We lose Sunday, we on the clock.
Right.
We on the clock.
Time to make your move.
Let's get it done. You're gonna have Black Monday on Monday. Hopefully they make some decisions in the front office. Then we get
John
out
of Houston.
Yes. Cause we get John on and let us know what's going on over
Yeah.
there.
My prediction, I gotta say it. Damian Pierce is him. I knew when we drafted him in the 4th round, I knew he was going to be a beast. No tread on tire. Yeah, he got hurt. I don't think his injury is that concerning. I think they're like, we suck. No reason for you to get hurt anymore. So have a good season. I think the same thing the Nico Collins and Derek Stingley was out more games before, but I think they're like, let's just protect our access, which is, in my opinion, smart. But yes, Damian Pierce is him. I can't wait the next year to get a center, to get a guard. Our line would be complete. Give Kenyon Green one more year, we'll be set.
Or just at least get a center, and that would help the guard, and give Pierce somebody to spell him, because I don't need him taking taking all these carries like he did this year. And I think that'll be way better for the O line and the run game right there.
I tell you, man, I keep telling y'all in the chat, I want Bradbury from the Vikings. I think that guy is going to be. He's been having a stud year this year. I think he'd be great. He's only, I think, 26. Get it. Youth movement. Get him. Sign him to a 5-year contract. We're set.
Hey, whatever it takes to get somebody that you know is good, because rookies is just projections, and we think he's going to be good, but we don't know. It might take him a while. But you get somebody you know is good, so we can make immediate impact on the field. Whoever the quarterback is, if it's Bryce, if it's CJ, or if it's Mayonnaise Man, Will Levis, one of those three. So just get the O line right, Nick. Please.
Not getting it right. Just get it on pace. Like, get it on the tracks to being right.
Get it above average. Can we be the 15th best O line? In both categories, run and pass. Can we be?
No, we don't even need to be 15. It's like, get it like around the 20. 18, 19. I'm all right with it. Just get it above the 30s, please. I'm begging you. There's only 32 NFL teams, so it's not that hard.
Yeah, because this team used to have great O-line play from, like, I'm going to say 2011 to maybe 2017. We had great O-line play, man. And then once the players left and we started trading players, cutting players, and it just went to shit, Just get it back right, man. Just get the O-line back right, because it's very, very embarrassing that these guys can't hold a block, or they can't open up a hole for the running back. It shows how good Pierce really is, because once he went out, I thought Dare was gonna, eat a little bit. No, Dare sucks. He sucks. So he don't need to be running the ball at all. We already know what Rex does. We know he sucked. Now, Freeman, he did pretty good. He did pretty good back there. I think, he could be your third or fourth running back on the depth chart or whatever, but we need a serviceable running back too, or we need somebody that's better than Pierce, and he be the running back too.
Deuce Vaughn.
I'm cool with. Yeah.
You go and get Deuce Vaughn in the 4th round.
Deuce Vaughn is good. I mean, hell, Deuce Vaughn's good because you can play him all over the field, special teams. I mean, he's a matchup nightmare. I mean, it's gonna be hard to tackle him. Yeah, hard attacking him. He got the speed. Just get him out in space and let him cook.
The screens would be perfect for him. Perfect. So
yep. I'm partial to A-Chain because he can catch as well. Plus, I can't wait to just say A-Chain. I that's going to be his nickname if he comes to Houston. I will say that I gave an actual stat prediction for Dameon Pierce, and I'm glad I undermined him. So I projected that he would have 700 yards and 6 TDs. He had 939 yards, and 4 TDs. He should have had more TDs, but Pep is an idiot and tried to pass the ball at the goal line, or tried to give it to Rex Burkhead, or tried to use Jeff Driscoll to get it in the end zone. But Dameon Pierce should have had at least 6, if not 7 TDs on the year.
Well, fellas, before we end this first podcast of the brand new year of 2023, let me get y'all's prediction of the offseason. BT, I'll start with you. What is one prediction of the offseason you think is going to? What is your hot take, sir?
All right. This is my hot take. This is not what I want to happen. This is what I think might happen. I'll be putting out an actual video on YouTube detailing this even more. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@TexansFanBattle, go ahead and do that right now. But here's my hot take. My hot take is that they won't fire Lovey. They'll fire Pep, but they won't fire Lovey. And because they won't fire Lovey, but they will fire Pep, they need to have a new OC. What OC is going to come into the Houston Texans knowing that Lovey's probably only going to be here for another year? So their job is a 12-month job at most. I think they promote from within. And I think that person that gets that promotion is Mr. Frank Ross of the special teams unit, who has been essentially the best coach at the Texans at this point. I think he becomes OC. And I lay out a lot of things in my video for that argument. I know right now everyone's like, shut up, VT, you're crazy. That's never going to happen. Watch the video tomorrow. It's going up. And I make a pretty damn good argument about why I think that's going to happen.
All right. Kershaw. Get spicy with me, brother. What is it?
What VT said, I can see that happen as well, but I don't see Frank Ross will be the OC. I'm on the fence, and I'm thinking that they're gonna fire Cliff in Arizona, and I can see Cliff being our OC. Like I told VT before, he's young, he's better at OC as in a head coach. And I know what you're saying is gonna be 1 year, but if he come in 1 year and we draft Bryce and our offense goes from worst to top 10, he's gonna get so many job offers in the NFL next year. So it actually would be a great thing for him to say that, look what I did with this quarterback here. I done it with this quarterback, and I done it with this quarterback, done it with this quarterback. So that right there. But I'm going to say the Texans trade back into the first round this year. So they're going to have 3 first-round picks. That's my hot take right there.
Oh,
yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. All right. Well, because my hot take is we will be picking up a tight end, and I think it's going to be the backup tight end of the Oakland Raiders. Monroe, something. I can't pronounce his last name. We always
just call him Mr. Touchdown because all he do is score touchdowns. I know
Exactly.
you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Learn from one of the best, Darren Waller. So. Yeah, and plus, so when we get Derek Carr over here this offseason, he'll have a familiar target to throw to, so that way we can get Caleb Williams next year. But
don't get VT started.
we're on the Bryce Young train. So what is VT saying? He doesn't want you to take a QB.
Nope.
Bro,
he won't wait for Caleb.
Yeah.
What I would prefer is that we take Caleb Williams in 2024. What I understand is that this franchise, particularly Cal McNair, will not wait to take a quarterback. So we will take a quarterback. The question is, which quarterback will we take? My preference is either Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. But no, I would rather just wait until we take Caleb Williams because in all reality, none of the quarterbacks in this class stand up to the quarterbacks next year. But I realize this franchise can't wait, and so we will take one. And if we take Will Levis, I'll be a happy man.
All right, fellas. Well, anything else before we leave?
One more thing, because I promised my good friend Brian that I would read his crazy prediction on air. And he said that he knew my Niners, because he's a Niners fan, were making the playoffs, but not with Mr. Irrelevant, who is now very relevant.
There you go. I'm rooting for him. He also said,
all I'm gonna say about that right there is he's doing pretty good, but I think come playoffs they're gonna realize that we need more than Mr. Relevant to get to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm gonna say about the 49ers. Because the defense. Yeah, but in the playoffs, it's a different animal in the playoffs, though. They're gonna play tougher teams. They're gonna play him different. In the regular season, yeah, he's balling, but come playoffs, we're gonna see. Plus, there's
not a lot of game film on him yet. Come playoff time, it's gonna be four games.
That's how Mills was last year. There was no game feel like, damn, this guy's pretty good. They come this year, oh man, it's Pep. No, it's both of them. Both of them just not good at their job, So. But hey, look, if the Niners do something, that'll be good because I like San Francisco. I've been there. It's expensive. I like the city, so we could go Niners. Let's go, Brian.
Well, guys, let's kick it off in the show. BT, I start with you. Tell me where we can find your great stuff and you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter at Brown Chubby Bear. You can find me on Reddit at Chubby Brown Bear. We have a new subreddit on Reddit. You can actually go to the Texans Fan Battle subreddit. And please, if you have not subbed to YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and a subscription. That really helps us out. We're trying to grow our subs on YouTube. Again, we're Texans Fan Battle everywhere. So just at Texans Fan Battle. You do that, you'll really help us out a lot. Thanks.
All right, Crenshaw, what about you, brother?
You can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw everywhere. And one last thing, it's a lot of, can Bryce Young body hold up in the league because of his size? But is Caleb Williams going to hold up in the league the way he runs all the time? Can he hold up in the league? That's something you never talk about, VT. The guy just run and runs. Can he do it in NFL? No, sir. They're going to tear his ass up. All right, you good, Matt? I just had to say
that. Of course, at the end of the show. We're going to talk about it in the chat after this, right?
And you can find me, of course, at A1 Day One Texans everywhere. Instagram, I don't know why you want to look at this mug. It's not very good to look at. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Find me there. And, of course, like VT said, you can find the podcast on everything. Texas Fan Battle. Make sure you look it up. Also, guys, make sure you tune in the next 3 weeks. We got amazing guests. Next week, we got the legend writer of Houston, a Hall of Fame guy gets to pick, John McClain. And, of course, we got the #1 Houston Texans quarterback of all time, the greatest ever, Mr. Matt Schaub. If you want to see a man have orgasm on live TV, you better tune in because BT will have one. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be great. And then we'll have the first running back of Texans history, Mr. Jonathan Wells. He's going to be hating on me and Crenshaw because he is pro CJ Stroud. So make sure you check that out. Also, guys, make sure you check out our network, the Fan Battle Sports. Check them out on YouTube. We are currently in the process of getting a website. It'll have all this great stuff and some blogs like BT does. So make sure you check that out and be on the look for it. Till then, guys, have a wonderful beginning of the new year, and we'll see you next week.
Let's go Texans.